Hello, and thank you for joining our panel to see how Vendasta partners are scaling with AI. I'm your host, Nykea Behiel, Director of Brand and Experience here at Vendasta. Welcome to the next chapter of customer engagement. Today, we're not just talking about new features or future ideas or high-level concepts. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how small businesses grow. Vendasta has just today launched its AI-native customer acquisition and engagement platform. It's a full-stack solution that helps small businesses and the partners who serve them attract, convert, and retain customers without adding headcount. This isn't just automation. These are AI employees trained on real business data, your real business data, driving real conversations and delivering an average conversion rate of 39.2% for early adopters. From chat to call, lead to loyalty, this platform powers every stage of the customer journey. Now, I'm going to introduce you to two of those visionary partners who jumped on this opportunity early and are absolutely crushing it with our AI receptionist. These two people have helped shape this moment, not just through what they do, but how they think. They were both part of our Partner Advisory Council, where they generously shared ideas, feedback, and challenges that helped us shape this very launch. They're humble, sharp, and they're visionary in how they apply AI to real-world business problems. So first, let me introduce Nick Prentice. He's the Sales and Marketing Manager at Blue River Digital. Nick's been in marketing for nearly 20 years. He started his own business before joining Blue River, where he's helped grow the agency by 4 times and expand to 35 states. He's smart, people first, and knows how to scale what works. When Nick joined us at Partner Advisory Council in June, that was his first trip to Canada. And while not everyone can be so lucky as to take in Canada from the middle first, we were honored that Nick made the trip to Saskatoon to do just that. So welcome, Nick.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. And then next we have Michael Klabon, a partner at the Xcite Media Group. Michael's been with Vendasta for over a decade, and so he's seen us through some awkward teen years and growth. He leads sales at Xcite, a Denver-based agency known for combining great strategy with great service. Under his leadership, Xcite has driven over $745,000 in recurring revenue, and they are still growing strong. They're also the subject of a legendary case study showcasing a 100% client retention rate with AI. Fun fact, Michael has also been to exactly one place in Canada, and that's Saskatoon. So I think we're going to have to get Saskatoon Tourism Group to start paying us to do some marketing for them. Thanks for joining us, Michael.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Nick, let's start with the problem. Before you deployed AI Receptionist, what was happening with missed calls or inbound leads, either for Blue River or for your clients?
Yeah. So I think most importantly, we want to look at how it's affected our team. We're a small business, just like our clients. So when we think of the missed opportunities that we're having, it's the same things our clients were having, and those were, after hours calls, taking too long to get back to our clients with leads. It was really just being tied up and too busy to take a phone call. To answering questions on our website, we had manual chat tools where we had to be signed in to be able to answer people's chats, and that just takes people sitting at the computer and monitoring that, and we don't have time to do that. So we were missing opportunities that were there. But I think bigger picture in all of this, we were seeing our customers being they were frustrated with how to actually utilize AI in the business and do it profitably. So I'm sure, as many of you guys have experienced, we go to shows and set up booths and participate in shows alike, and when we're there, we're hearing professionals share about AI and adopting AI and using automations within their business and how important that is, but nobody seemed to be able to explain how to do that. We literally would be sitting in the back of the room listening to these presentations, and we would hear our potential customers walking out of the room saying, how do we do this? I hear you. I know we need to do it, but I don't know how to do it. And what this has allowed us to do really is to be an expert in that room. So when those folks walk out of the back of those conferences and they see us at our booth, we're able to answer those questions with knowledge and authority, because we're not only utilizing the tools, but we have them that we could resell to them, and we can answer true problems that they're experiencing, and we know they're experiencing because we've experienced it too.
That's awesome, Nick. Thanks for that. Michael, your team's been with Vendasta a long time. In fact, not only were you at the last Partner Advisory Council, but you were at the one before that. And one of my favorite things you said there was that propelled you into action with AI and it displaced your apathy. So what made you decide to try AI Receptionist, and what pain points were you looking to solve?
Yeah, it's funny how we got started. We always say this is most of the time our clients come up with better ideas than we do, and it's then we get to go back to the drawing board and figure out how we're going to solve for whatever that pain point is, or uncover whatever that opportunity was. And Vedasta kind of beat us to the punch in this one. I had a client a couple of years ago say that, "Gosh, I want to eliminate phone calls." And we're just, man, that's forward thinking. That's so many. They're an outdoor company, and so they rely on online bookings and phone bookings. And I thought it was just something else when he said, "I want to try to get rid of all the phone calls that I possibly can." And as we dug into that with him, the problem he was trying to solve is he's limited in staff, just like so many of us are, and he wanted his communication opportunities with his client base to be maximized, and that doesn't happen if people are on the phone. And so we thought, man, that's something else. And then it was shortly after that where we were at the partner council, and this idea for an AI assistant came up, and we were just thinking, well, this is it. But to echo what Nick had just said, like, how do we do it? What do we do? And so just diving in with the Vendasta team and being okay to just take a little step here, a little step here. And it's amazing how quickly that how we were able to advance, and for ourselves first, and then for our clients. And so, as an example for us, one of the pain points for us is we are a small business. We're 25 employees, and we don't have a receptionist, and so we're all busy. And trying to answer the phone was a challenge, or making sure that we're following up is a challenge. And so, by opening the door with conversations, to be able to allow whom we've named Sophia to be able to be that gatekeeper for ourselves is been business changing. She's much better at taking notes than I am. There'll be times a call comes in and we don't have a receptionist, so the call is going to forward to me, and I might be in the car. And that has just changed our business, because now I'm just getting a full summary from Sophia, whether that's by, she's answering via voice or via chat. She's following up for me. So if I can't follow up right away, she's keeping the conversation moving. And then, giving me a full next step. So here's the summary, here's what you need to do next. And then with that feeding right into the CRM, it has just changed so much for us as far as handling our own incoming calls. Plus it helps eliminate all of those spam calls that we all hate getting, the sales calls and all of that stuff. So been enormous for us. Well, so then moving that into our clients, what I was saying earlier, our clients are bringing the best ideas to us. And now this just gives us this suite of services to help them solve for whatever that one problem might be. Again, maybe they're struggling answering their phone, or maybe they're not following up. One of the big pain points that we uncovered that we didn't even really know is, inside of the conversations, it will show you where the assistant sourced whatever information that they shared. So it's brought to light misinformation on our clients' websites. That why did they answer this? Well, here's the reason why it answered. Here's exactly where on your website it found that information. Like, oh wow, we should probably change that. And so those are some of the pain points that's one that we didn't even realize we were solving for, that has come out. And I think that's been one of the biggest benefits of this whole system, is teaching us what we didn't even know we should be asking.
I love that. And all innovation comes out of a problem. And I like that guy's like, I don't want to answer the phone anymore. Like that's the dream. Does anyone? Okay, Nick. So now that it's in place, how did AI receptionists change the game for your clients or your agency? So like what started working that wasn't working before?
Oh man. So I think the easiest way to sum this up, and I shared this at the PAC previously this year, is I actually had a client call me and tell me to turn it off because they couldn't keep up with the leads that were coming in. So it's amazing. Not all of them work the same way, but most of them do. I turned on a new one previously this week. I had 11 qualified leads in the first day for a client down in the south part of the States here. So some of them, it takes a few days to generate those, but for this client, he's getting a half dozen or so a day on average right now. So it's just amazing what it's doing. It's freeing up our customers to be able to do the jobs that they're great at. They're not all marketers, but they're business owners, and they're good at putting shingles on roofs. They're good at selling homes. They're good at selling cars. But maybe their thing is not marketing. That's what we're there for. And this suite of AI tools, specifically the conversations and the AI chat tool on the website has come in clutch. It's so easy to set up. We can have it live on a website in less than 5 minutes, and trained on the website in that amount of time. And now with the abilities to just upload the knowledge base, we can upload PDF documents, flyers and things that the business has accumulated over the years. We're teaching one assistant everything there is to know about our brand, and really it helps streamline all the conversation throughout the entire company. It's been a blessing to us at Blue River. We're trying to scale right now. We've hit this point where we've figured out this is 11 years in business at Blue River Digital, and we've established our model, and we're excited for where the future is, and we've got processes in place. We just don't have the time to sit by a phone and answer those calls. We're going to take the qualified ones, obviously, and let the AI assistants screen that and get it to the appropriate person quickly. And so we're able to assist our clients the way we know we need to. So it's been a game changer for us. It's been a game changer for our customer base. And like Michael said, I would say that we may not be 100% like he is, but I think we're 99%. So I'm happy with that. Customers love the products and the stack of products that we have available.
That's awesome. Yeah, what we're seeing with most of our partners is that it's just so sticky. They don't turn over. And what I love what you said, where the solution to the problem was so successful that it became the problem. It's like, we have too many leads. We can't deal with it. And I know that's a problem people would way rather have than the other way around. And for you, Michael, what's been the most surprising or valuable outcome since deploying AI receptionists? Like, was there a result or client reaction that really stands out?
I feel like this question is funny because I think it changes each week. What really stands out to me is the opportunity with the platform, with the training. As Nick just said, it really can be up and operational very quickly. And I think maybe the neatest part about all of this is some of our client base that is really tech averse. Like, they are not interested. They really rely on us to do all of the technical things for them. And with the AI assistant, it's given us the opportunity to gradually bring these folks that really don't want to get into technology, these service-based folks, that are not, this is not where they want to be spending their time. It's allowed them to stair-step in at their own comfort zone or on their own timeline. The full suite of services is really big, and they might already be doing some of it, with other vendors. But what has been really neat is to be able to watch them progress at their own timeline. I have one client in particular that, when we got on and we showed her the demo of what this could be, she had been working with a chat bot previously, and it really wasn't changing her business in any way, shape, or form. It was just, it was just there because we were supposed to do chat. And once we were able, so she was very nervous about the word AI, about allowing her clients to interact with this. But by going through the demo environment and having her get to test it and see it, and then this stair-step approach, now she's like, well, wait a minute. So, okay, now it can do SMS. Yes. Okay, let's get going on that. Wait, it can do email. Let's get going on that. And so it is, as you mentioned, Nykea, that it's the stickiness of it has been just really rewarding, not just for us, but for our clients too, in their interactions with their client base, because their follow-up is better. So I would say that's kind of been the biggest takeaway so far.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're seeing the same wins that you folks are, just a little further down the line.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that. All right. I could talk about this all day, but let's show, not tell. Maybe it's that checkoff. Anyway, Nick, can you share your screen and walk us through something live? Yeah.
All right, here we go. So there's a lot of different things that I could share here. Obviously, we've got the chat receptionist that we've all been talking about, but I kind of wanted to share something a little bit different, something practical that our team has been using and has really allowed us to super serve our clients better. We're able to get proposals and contracts turned back around to our customers much faster. And when we were able to do that, the close rates are higher, specifically on the proposal side of things. So as you can see here, this is our current AI workforce. So it's great. It really doesn't take too long to spin up a new custom assistant here, but there's a little bit of back and forth there that we use in configuration to make sure it's doing what we want it to do. And really what's really neat is that once we have one created, they can actually work with each other and through automations and can lead from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And, we can have a conversation with Clara on voice receptionist that could go to Banks with his sales proposal, and that can be then sent to Brooke for her to create a contract. So it's really streamlined our process here. One of the early goals that I had with AI is just to become more efficient. So I really wanted to take that opportunity to optimize my calendar. So my goal is I need to be in front of as many customers every day as possible. The more people we can talk to, the more people have a chance to get in front of and share what we can do, the more opportunities we have, obviously. But the problem is that I need time to get back to them. So that piece inevitably gets pushed back down the funnel. To it's a day or two down the line, and they're just now hearing back from me from a conversation a few days ago with a proposal or recommendation here. So I've got Brooke and Banks here. It kind of depends on where we're at in the process. I'm actually going to go to Banks and look at him. We're going to start a chat here with Banks, and we can. The idea with Banks is to share a transcript from a video call or share our notes from a conversation that, okay, this is what we talked about, and we need to create a proposal or an email with recommendations in it with pricing. So we've trained Banks here to be able to know our company and our services inside and out, and we can simply paste in here or type it out even, a transcript, or paste in here our notes and what we want the recommendation to be. So I'm just going to switch over here to another tab. I'm going to pull a conversation I have. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Here we go. We'll pull this one here. We're going to take this. I'm going to view the meeting, and then I'm just going to pull the transcript from this call. So we will download that. I'm going to... I need to open it in another tab. I'm sorry. All right, got a little bit of bandwidth lag, but things are flowing here. So we're just going to copy our transcript in, and I'm going to paste that into Banks. So if you didn't notice, our company's name is Blue River Digital, so all of our receptionists are named after something with river or water or marketing. So I just pasted that transcript in here. And it's going to take a little bit here to think about what we discussed and pull out some information, and then it's going to generate an email recommendation momentarily. There we go. So at the end of every one, as you see here at the bottom, this is for my information. I can put it in our CRM, and we can make sure we have the appropriate steps to follow up. But if you come down, we have the email already crafted and ready just to kind of paste into place here. So we can critique this a little bit on what we wanted to say. But this gives me all of the important pieces that we talked about in the meeting. I can go in and say, okay, I need to sell this for $400 a month. I need to sell this for website build for $5,000, and it knows what's included with that, what's included with the website build, what's included with the say local SEO package that we offer them, and we just paste it in our email and send. So obviously, I think there's a lot more automation that can be done here that we're working on developing. We're definitely in the very early stages of this, but we're really excited with where it's at right now. And now, so we are able to utilize this tool on a daily basis. So after our meetings, We've moved it over here to our partner center, so it's easier to show here for the demo. But we're able to use this as a team to go in, share notes from our meetings throughout the day, and in the last 30 minutes of the day or whatnot, we can get through 4 or 5 different meetings and get emails sent back out, so they're in their inboxes. So yeah, really, the moral of the story is the faster we can get back to our customers, the more likely we are to close. So this was just a need that we saw that we wanted to answer, a challenge that we had that we needed to answer, and you could use the same exact process in your own company, or you can offer this assistant, a variation of the assistant to our customers, so and monetize it as well. So there you go.
Well, Nick, thanks for showing that. I love the name of Banks because it fits with your company, but also like financial, he's doing the proposals. Clever. Okay, great.
One of my favorite pieces is just naming them.
I also love that part. And everyone hates that like tedium of doing the proposal and the follow-up stuff. So very cool that you're automating that. Great. Michael, same ask. Can you show us how you're using this today? I think you've got 2 really cool use cases to show us.
Yeah, I'll start with a similar problem we were trying to solve to what Nick talked about. For us, as you asked me earlier with the pain points and whatever, the cool thing about this is that if we just get started in it, what we start to learn is possible is really changing very quickly. And so one of the areas for us, as I mentioned, a pain point for us was limited resources, just like Nick talked about, right? And so how could we streamline this? So I'll just take a couple minutes and I'll just show you Claygent. So we've developed Claygent as our programmatic assistant. It lives inside of our business app. And kind of what we were trying to solve with this was we as a team, as a company, we don't sell as much programmatic advertising, OTT, CTV, geofencing, as we do more traditional search social campaigns. And so our sales teams and our account management teams, it's just a lot to learn, and it's a really, really big space with a lot of different opportunities. And so one of the ways that what we came up with was, I should say the challenge that we were facing is that if a client brought a scenario to us, said, hey, this is what's going on, programmatic might be an opportunity, the process to be able to get the recommendations back to that client or that prospect could take a while, right? Because our account manager or sales team then comes back to our product expert, and our product expert tries to figure out time where they can meet. They talk about it. So you can imagine everybody, I'm sure, here knows this challenge that we all face. So what we did was we developed Claygent. And the way that we developed them was we were able to upload all of the knowledge that we had via files, spreadsheets, of all of the data that we had used as our kind of library before. And then we just kind of started giving him more and more information about what the product experts would know. Within a very short time period, within a couple of weeks, we felt comfortable that he absolutely knew more than even we knew in this particular scenario. So I'll just show you a quick example of what this would look like. So this was a hair salon we were meeting with. And so while the meeting was going on, our screen was open and we were just typing the needs. So this is a local hair salon, multiple locations. They were trying to recruit new stylists. What ideas would he have? And so within a minute, we got a full breakout of what programmatic options would be the best, what might the calculations be for what it would cost, and then what steps would we take next. And so just by going through, by building that out, you can just imagine how much time Claygent saves us when it comes to kind of putting together a recommendation for something, like I said, that we may not work with every day. So that's one. The second one I wanted to bring up was just kind of how we're prospecting this to our clients, because it is such an interesting, it's this unknown, as we've talked about for so many of our clients, and it's scary, and AI, and we talk about what AI means for the world, right? And so what I love about what we're able to do here is to kind of compartmentalize those concerns and say, but what can AI help us do right now for small, medium-sized businesses? And it's really, it's fine to talk about in concept, but when it comes to like the actual, how do we actually do this? And how do I show a client this? I just thought I would share how we're prospecting it. One of the cool things, and just a ton of credit to Vendasta for making this available to us. Inside of maybe 10 minutes, we can spin up a custom assistant for anybody that is currently in our system. And so inside the business app, we literally would just go into, so I'm in a client right now. And on the side, as long as they have just one basic product, which is free, by the way, we can, we'll see the opportunity for this AI workforce. This is before the client signs. So they haven't even seen this yet. This is our introduction into how they can start to see what AI might be able to do for them. So literally all we would do is we go in here to this AI workforce. These will be out of the box here. This chat receptionist is where we start. So we would just go in and configure. And then I just utilize, I use Gemini, you can use ChatGPT, whatever, to come up with a name. So literally I go through and I just say, hey, this is for a water damage restoration company. So I would say, what would be a clever name for that shows, I'm knowledgeable, whatever. And so I stole that name right there from Gemini. And then same thing with the image. I just say, hey, what would somebody name Resolve look like? I'm prompting Gemini for that. And then these are the out of the box prompts, which are great, that are already there. We don't have to do anything with that. I'll go down really quickly to the knowledge sources, and I just train it on the website. And so that way within an hour or so, it traditionally will have most websites fully trained on. So the knowledge sources is done. And then all I do is I go in here and just tell, in this case, Resolve, how to communicate. Seems like a lot here, I'm sure, but it's really, really simple, because all I do is, again, go to Gemini and I just say, write a series of prompts that, how would my custom assistant use this? So again, this is not personalized yet to the client. This is just to give them an idea. So the end result is this when I go, I should show you really quick. So if I come out of here and I go to try it right here, it'll open up this window, which is now in a dev environment. So it's not live on the client site. It certainly has not been trained exactly how our client would want it to be trained, but it knows the entire website and it's got some basic prompts about how to interact. And so I would just go in and when I do the demo or the very initial sales appointment with the potential client or the prospect, I'll just pull this up and I can show them how much this AI assistant already knows about their business. When we do this, our close rates on this are pretty high, because it's a great follow-up piece as well. So then I just send them the link, the dev link here, and say, hey, go play with it. I'll usually actually, in a lot of cases, we'll send this to them before we ever get on a call, and just send them the link and say, hey, in the meantime, I spun this up for you. Go take a peek and just ask it questions and see how good it is at answering. And that makes this makes the sales process, the sales process substantially easier, but it also makes, if they do decide to move forward, we've already got so much of the fulfillment done on the way to getting it loaded live on their site. So those are two things I thought I'd show.
Well, thanks, Michael. Those are both super cool use cases, like kind of your digital twin with Klagent a little bit with that programmatic knowledge. But I love the prospecting and how it's just out of the box, but it's still hyper personalized. So thank you both for sharing. I was going to put you both on the spot and ask you what you would name your digital twin, but we're a little over time. So I'll put that question to the chat. So if you guys have a good digital twin name for Michael or Nick, put it in the chat or for yourself.
Oh boy.
Thanks.
This is exactly the kind of insight I was hoping to get from this. So real tools and results and ideas. So thank you both. I just want to thank you both, from Nick Prentice from Blue River Digital and Michael Klabon from the Xcite Media Group, for being early believers and bold builders. Thank you, guys.